The church has always made women carry the sins of powerful men. Wake Up Dead Man makes this brutally explicit. We open with a priest confessing to self-pleasuring into the Catholic Chronicle magazine. 5 Hail Marys. It's played as comedic. In the final scene, a woman confesses to murder and asks for forgiveness for a bunch of things she did not commit. Both die, but guess whose death redeems the church? Her name is Martha, and if you know scripture, you know the name is not an accident. The church has 2 Marthas to choose from, and it always picks the one it can exploit. Luke chapter 10, Jesus visits 2 sisters. Mary sits at Jesus' feet and listens to his teaching. Martha runs around serving everyone. When Martha complains, Jesus says, "Martha, Martha, you are worried and distracted by so many things." The patriarchal church loves this story because it gives them the theological permission to expect women's invisible labor while dismissing their spiritual authority. The Martha in John, though, is the one who confesses Jesus as Messiah. She is a theologian. She witnesses resurrection. She does the intellectual and spiritual work that gets credited to male disciples. But that Martha, too dangerous, so we keep talking about the stressed out cook and erases the woman who does theology. This film gives us both Marthas in one. A woman who is brilliant, strategic, theologically sophisticated, who does all the invisible labor to keep the church running, and then makes her carry the sins of the institution anyway, because that is what the church does to Marthas. Let's be clear, Monsignor Wicks represents fascist theology. He wants a Christian nation ruled by righteous men. He weaponizes scripture against single mothers, calling them child abusers. He fathers a child, abandons the mother, lets another woman raise the child in shame, all the while preaching about the sanctity of family. He sexually exploits his position of power, hoards wealth, threatens to destroy anyone who questions him, and calls his own mother promiscuous. Monsignor Wicks is a walking indictment of everything toxic in institutional Christianity. So, when he is murdered, who pays? Martha kills to save the church, but notice she's not saving people from the church's abuse. She is saving the church as an institution. And in that final confession, she doesn't just confess to her own sins, she begs forgiveness for grace. The woman the church called promiscuous, the woman they trapped and shamed and destroyed. Martha apologizes for everything that happened. The film even has the good priest Judd urge her, "Forgive me, Grace." Here's the trick. This feels like justice. Individual forgiveness, personal accountability, redemption through confession. But where is the institutional reckoning? The woman absorbs all the poison in the confession, and the system survives. Who takes the pulpit at the end? Not Judd, the good priest, the priest that will reopen the church, but Benoit the detective, the atheist who kneels at the altar of the rational. He's the one who ascends to the throne of the pulpit to solve the mystery through logic, and then says, "With grace, I cannot solve this case." The rationalist surrenders on the pulpit and steps down entirely. The authority of that throne is rejected. And Judd, the good priest, he doesn't ascend. He stays on the ground, on his knees, hearing the confession of a dying woman doing actual ministerial work. In the false binary choice of science and religion, rational and irrational, the pulpit itself, the throne of authority, that is the sin. And yet, the church reopens. It's renamed Our Lady of Perpetual Grace after the woman they scorned, and inside the new crucifix, the stolen diamond, literally hiding the wealth inside the symbol of salvation. Yes, a generous reading of this is that the real wealth is contained in the symbol of the cross. However, it is also that the sins of the church aren't just dead with Martha. They are built into the foundation of the church. Samson died trying to hold up the temple, pushing down the tomb. Martha died protecting the institution. And the throne? Still there, just vacant for now, waiting for the next God. And that is the real horror story. If you enjoyed this, you might enjoy my course, Faith Deconstruction 101, Leaving the Church Without Losing Yourself. I also run a Patreon community where we are doing monthly deconstruction and reconstruction of women in the Bible. The links are you know where.